Hello, William Patterson. I'm Sandy Ibrahim, here to kick off our new online series, The Beacon Buzz. I'll be speaking with Sarah Tibbling, President and Senior Editor of Zeitgeist, our very own literary magazine. How are you doing today, Sarah?
Doing very well. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. I'd like to start off by asking, where exactly does the name Zeitgeist come from?
Zeitgeist is actually German for spirit of the times, which is to say what's going on right now.
For those who aren't familiar with Zeitgeist, can you please describe it, how it works, and your role in the production of the magazine?
Well, as we've said, Zeitgeist is our undergraduate literary magazine, and it comes out once a year in the spring, and we publish works of creative writing and artwork. And that includes poetry, short stories, flash fiction, and I guess that's about everything. Actually, nonfiction too. And once we decide what goes into the magazine, we go through the whole publishing process, including printing, distribution, layout, and pretty much everything involved.
And how many submissions do you usually receive, and how do you determine what qualifies to be in the magazine and what doesn't?
We don't receive as many submissions as I would hope that we did, because we're still a really young publication. A lot of people don't know what Zeitgeist is, and sometimes don't know what a literary magazine is. And also, sharing personal work it can be scary. But what we look for depends on a lot of things. Sometimes it's our initial reaction to the piece. Do we find it interesting? Does it say anything new? What is it doing with language and form? And there's just a lot of complex stuff at stake, but if we find something that we're drawn to, we're inclined to publish it.
And as senior editor, what is the most important accomplishment during the selection process?
Most important accomplishment? I guess it would be to just end up with good writing. We sit down as a group and we talk about the work as a whole, and what works and what doesn't, and ultimately we decide what should go in.
And how does Zeitgeist maintain relevance with the recent skyrocket of things such as ebooks, audiobooks, and other literature technological advances?
That's a good question, because technology really makes everything easier, more convenient, streamlined, and cheaper. And printing books is expensive. But that's just kind of where we are right now. We're still a really young publication, as I've said. However, we're growing more and more. Each issue that we put out is more colorful and more comprehensive than the last one. So I see us going in that direction. I think Zeitgeist will be digital in the future.
And is there anything that you would like to say that we haven't discussed yet?
Just the importance of just taking a risk and sending your work out, especially if you want to be a writer. It's great practice on just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. And if any student has an interest in being published or writing in general, there's no harm in taking a risk. And if you get published, it's great, and it's a nice thing that you could say that you were in a publication, big or small. So if anybody's interested in submitting, it's WPUZeitgeist@gmail.com, and we also have a Facebook page, WPUZeitgeist, and you can find all of our submission guidelines on there.
Well, thank you, Sarah, for taking time out of your busy schedule to speak with us today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's all for us today. Follow us on Twitter at WPBeacon, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you next time on The Beacon Buzz.